There's a game that we finally came across that we've been dismissing for some time simply because we thought it wasn't that good. We ran it, and what was expected to be 3 minutes long turned into 3 hours long. And I gotta say, it was good. Resident Evil Part 3 on PS5.
Yeah, let's preface this with, this isn't a full review because we haven't been able to beat the whole game, but this is a solid impressions.
It's a solid impression, I think, because we've put some time into this game, and that's something we want to talk about, is because the reviews that we saw were very negative, and maybe that's a starting point. Because
the content, or I mean, out of the originals, the consensus is that the third one's always the weakest one. I guess when you start from the lowest part, like you don't really have that much expectations to lead on. That and the remake for Part 3 kind of makes it easier to get into. Not to say that you can't get into Part 3, but tank controls don't age necessarily too well after you've played other games with better ways to move around.
What about as far as the remakes go? Because I think that was really where we got kind of misled. You know, there's the purist, what I'm trying to say, 1 through 3 on PS1, and if it doesn't align just perfectly,
you'll always get that hardcore original crowd that, you know, something they changed too much, and I can definitely see it with this one. Like, they made it more action orientated. Like, there's a dodge mechanic. Maybe I think that was still in the originals, but you weren't at a third person view moving as much as you did before.
Also, I think the originals, well, I should say, if there's people that really love the originals and there's something just a little bit off about the new one, they're going to complain the loudest. People who've never played it before and they're like, it was okay. They're not going to give you like high praise. So all you're going to hear is how awful this game was.
The hate is a lot louder than the praise. It's hard to say because we haven't played the originals. Another thing I want to preface, because I mean, maybe Part 3 is that much better than the remake. For us, we had a solid experience.
Yeah.
We dived into what Resident Evil feels like it is. You know, your resource management, your puzzle skills.
Herb. Here you go.
Yeah, all right. Thanks for the weed. I'll go mix this with some stronger shit. I'll go lace it. My background with this game is only with Part 4. So there's some mechanics that, like, of course, they've anchored through the series. So I know what an herb is supposed to do and how it's supposed to combine with other herbs.
Yeah, we both played Part 4. You played it a lot more heavily. And I think we've dabbled in like Part 6. We maybe touched on Part 1 through 3 long time ago, and just never really fell into it, maybe because we didn't understand it at the time. Now that we're playing Part 3, especially here was the big difference is it's not a co-op game, but it's a kind of a couch co-op game, right? Is that what you would call it?
Yeah, I would like to call it more of a co-pilot game, because I can tag out when I'm like, okay, I'm already like brain rotted out.
And it was easy, like it's shoot, it's evade, it's be careful with your supplies and resources, and try to figure out the puzzle.
It controls, like you said, simple. I mean, it's simple for a game like that.
Enough to hand off. Shoot, like, here you go.
It's not like there's like God of War Ragnarok. Like, there's so many mechanics that build on the foundations that by the time you're 30 minutes in, you hand off the controller, like, I don't know, you experienced the whole practice run, and now you're giving me like
it's just
real, boots on the ground operations over here.
Deep end over here.
Only a seasoned vet can get through this. I'm like, so why am I day one doing this? You know,
yeah, I never felt like that. And don't get me wrong, there was parts that were, I would say the game's not horrifying. The game is terrorizing.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's fun. There's a part with Nemesis where you think that you got to figure out a new path, but really the only path is through him. And it's kind of early on. You encounter him very early.
The thing is it doesn't give you room to think like most other games. Yeah, sure, you can pause, but you're in it.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, what do I do? Figure it out.
Looking
do I
for
go around?
A save point. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. The one thing that bothered me was like, do I shoot him? Is he killable? Like, I don't know. And I don't want to load up this whole clip on him and have nothing for the next mission. But yeah, he definitely pushes you. There is some video gameness to him, and you saw it when we entered the save room. Nothing's supposed to harm you there. You're supposed to have enough time to rest, recuperate. Well, I backtracked far enough to get there, and he chased me all the way to the safe room, saw that, stopped right at the door, looked at me, and just walked right back.
That is fun to challenge the
The logic.
The system, yeah, the logic, the system design, the infrastructure of the game. He's supposed to scare you into another room, and you're not supposed to go back and face him because he's terrorizing, he's menace.
I was like, why'd you stop? We still got plenty more rooms to go.
Man, he is terrorizing in his movement. He's just like we said, like he's a pissed off dad. He's coming to whoop your ass.
I was gonna say
nothing. The only thing you can do is run between his legs and get away for a little bit. But touching the belt.
Yeah, you missed the chancla.
Yeah,
but I still got the faja coming
right on the calf.
Limping. I was my green herb. Guess that's more. Oh my god. But yeah, challenge, the thrill. He's there, not necessarily scaring the shit out of you, but pressuring the fuck out of you to move.
And exciting. It's fun. It's a good villain. And like I said, they put him somewhat early into the game already. I was expecting, okay, he's boss, so
Bill
on the cover. All right, I'm going to see him at the end. No, they give him to you pretty early on.
He's terrorizing from the get-go. Yeah. I thought it was like, man, I'm thinking, you can't hurt me. This is all cutscene for at least the first 15 minutes. So it was nice being introduced to him. Don't get me wrong. It's like, all right, something to look at. And then like, maybe not even 30 minutes later, he comes out again.
You think I
forgot? I didn't let you get away.
This is my neighborhood. House.
You see all my friends walking around?
Dude, they talk, bro. I know exactly what's going on.
Speaking of the neighborhood, there's like explosives around, which you try to utilize, try to group them up, round them up, and then try to explode them to save bullets.
You can utilize your resources very wisely. And sometimes you don't know what you have one for. And then you encounter a situation and you're like, is that what this one thing is for? When it works, when you utilize your resources wisely, and this was a complaint of like Hollow Knight, that they didn't tell you, or Silksong, they don't tell you anything about the game. Resident Evil's kind of the same way. They don't really tell you very much about what this item is for, but go figure it out. And when you figure it out, there's like a dopamine rush of satisfaction, and you figured it out. Good on you. Played the game the way it was designed.
The puzzles themselves aren't even that hard. It's more of like, just investigate what's your inventory, what you can do with it. Just look around.
They're mentally hard because you know that you got to get from here to there, and there's like 20 zombies, and you got to figure out their patterns, and you think that you figured them out because you can sneak up behind it. You didn't sneak up behind him. He's going to turn around right away.
And you still didn't knife me on the ground. I'm going to get back up eventually.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah. Which the co-piloting helps a lot, because when you're dodging all these fucking obstacles, these zombies, fucking dogs, I don't know. That was a good touch, by the way. The dogs were cool. You forget where the fuck you're doing, or where you're going, or what the mission is.
Creating some panic is what the game's really good at.
Yeah, like, oh, okay, let me bust out the map. All right, this is the objective. And if I don't remember, you can remind me, or if you have the controller, I'll be like, okay.
Yes, with the co-pilot, you become more of a unintentional completionist as well, because like, you're like, you missed that one thing. Yeah. Oh, that thing goes back there. Yeah. And so you're like, of course, you want to unlock that one thing that you couldn't unlock back there.
Yeah. Keeping that all in the memory, some of it's going to slip when you're fucking in the heat of it.
You can tell we're very excited about the game. It's probably because our expectations were so low, but even if the bar was set higher, I think that we would have still had a very good experience at this game.
Yeah, and I think we came into it at a pretty good price point. Now that the hype is worn off, and Capcom's doing their usual, just sell off the rest. It's discounted at $20 physical currently, and $10 digitally. So I mean, it's a pretty good time to hop in.
That's a good price for a PS5 game. Yes, it's a remake, and yes, they're probably short, but they're very fun experiences to go through.
It's a very fun experience, and surprisingly, the graphics, the RE engine ages pretty well. Because what was the difference going from PS4 to PS5? That debate's still being had. I do see the PS5 goodness, but
ray tracing, probably the biggest.
Ray tracing, fidelity, so basically fine details, frame rate, all those can be attributes for the PS5. But it just shows you don't really miss out on much. And if PS5's running it, it's going to not necessarily elevate it to the same level, but it's going to pick up some of the loading times. Sometimes we would just wait.
Yeah, just press start.
The loading's done. X has been down there. Why are you still reading the tips?
It's not that big of a game, bro. Go, just keep going.
I would think the PS4 load times were longer. Haven't played them. Maybe someone in the viewers can comment and tell us that, oh no, those load times were atrocious. A 30-minute wait or a 30-second wait just to get back in.
Kind of like God of War. God of War.
Oh, you're
playing I was playing PS4.
Your load times suck.
It got done. Yeah, it doesn't take 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm in and out.
I am conditioned.
It gives you more of a reason not to die, but going from place to place was a lot easier in the PS5. It is, I guess, convenience, quality of life improvements that you can't go back to, I will say.
I don't know, and now that we've played the remake, if we can go back to the originals and experience somewhat of a nostalgic time or moment that we can appreciate it, because that was one thing that I made sure that when I was playing Metroid, I was like, I'm not going to play the new Prime. I'm going to play the GameCube Prime, because there's no way I'm going to be able to go back. And maybe there is, but I can tell that it's like, it looks like this is a very different game, but not in a bad way. They kept the concept, the map, the story.
Yeah, and just for context, Metroid Prime came out with a remake. Graphically, it was improved by almost every measure. Prime on the GameCube original still holds, but I mean, it's so much better.
Yes, if you played the Switch version first, and then you go back and you're like, what is it? How do I even move? The tank controls is something you're not used to.
Which they give you modern dual stick controls. So that was good, but the game was designed from the ground up to operate by tank controls.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing that you came into that fresh. So maybe the same's to be said for Part 3 Nemesis on the PlayStation 1. Maybe you feel more panicky because you have less control and you have to manage the zombies.
Yeah.
So that's when I'm like, this is impressions. I don't know how the original played, but from our raw impressions, like us as newbies to the Resident Evil franchise, they did a pretty good job getting us in. And if anything, it makes us want to go try the originals. I'm already looking at eBay, Tronics, 1 through 3, 1 absurdly overpriced, 2 manageable, 3's probably like in between.
They're about probably $60 on average.
Yeah, $60.
And when you can scoop a modern day game for physical for 20, digitally maybe down to 10, maybe if you can find them on a sale in the year.
Yeah.
So if you come across a Resident Evil remake, I think it's well worth it. I know the reviews are pretty harsh, and they're harsh because I think there's this expectation to Resident Evil at this point. But somebody who hasn't played it before, it's a great game.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
And I mean, at the time of this recording, we're mid-September. We're coming up on October. Pretty good time to scoop up some of these games. Usually what they do with horror games is they don't go on sale. They'll sell them to you at full price. I could be wrong, but maybe they've gone.
Since you'll see like Friday 13 games, all the horror games, Silent Hill.
In my experience, the games that I wanted to play during October or close to Halloween time, they've always kept them at their usual retail price. And it does make sense. If it's in demand, don't fucking off-sell it for cheap.
And does Silent Hill F come out next month? Right in line with Halloween. There's no mistake about it.
It would make sense for October. Come on, like Silent Hill's horror game, line it up with October or Halloween. But it's a good time to scoop up these horror games. Resident Evil, in this case, did impress us. Hopefully, we have a similar experience with the second remake. I know you kind of tapped into it, but you weren't in that mind.
It was too hard and I got out.
Yeah, you ran it for like 10, 15 minutes by yourself in the living room, not even in the game room.
I think I tried to be a completionist on my own, and I just got demolished. I ran out of bullets. I didn't know how to pan my way out of zombies. I thought I was supposed to kill everybody.
Oh no, you're being like you're not gonna wipe out the whole city of zombies.
I didn't know that.
Conditioned by state of emergency over here. But anyways, good time to scoop up this game. If there's any other games that had the remake treatment and are an easy recommendation, let us know in the comments. Anyways, we'll catch you on the next one.